What is going on, YouTube, and welcome back to the JDW Sports Talk Show, where every fan is welcome. And we have Daily Colts News, episode 5 today. So, two things to talk about today. Sam Howell, North Carolina cornerback, visits Indy, is going to visit the Indianapolis Colts. He's scheduled for a visit in a few days. Then you have some speculation, some rumors that, and some people linking James Bradberry to the Colts and a possible trade. James Bradberry is a guy that the Colts or that the Giants are kind of been shopping, kind of getting ready to move. So it'd be interesting if the Colts try and bite there. Would have to give up maybe a third, fourth, because I don't think he's going to go for as much as some people think, because you do have to pay him next year, not this year, but he is due. But he is going to be due for a contract next year, and he's going to want 15, 16 million, depending on how he plays this year, because he's one of the top corners, so he's going to want some money, and rightfully so. He's been one of the best corners, honestly. He's been very good. Last year, he did struggle a little bit. He did have a down year compared to the year before, but still, James Bradberry is a corner that can really help bring the Colts team over top. So let's get into some of this Sam Howell business. So just to prove what I'm saying, he is visiting with the Colts and the Falcons, but you go through most of these tweets here, you see they're all saying it, and then some of them, you click on the NBC Sports link, it's on NBC. That's when it's really true. So Sam Howell is going to be visiting Indy. The Colts did already have Malik Willis visit Indy. Now it's Sam Howell. Now are they going to have more quarterbacks visiting? I don't know, but I'd like to continue to see it happen. But Sam Howell, a quarterback that is very, that is linked to the Colts quite often at 42. It's a spot where he can fall, and it seems to be a good spot for him around the starting to get into the mid-second round. So you go through a few things with him. I'm going off of PFF. Love PFF. They're very, very talented people, very talented staff that are studying players and doing a great job. So PFF Big Board rank, he is 22nd on PFF's Big Board. 6'1", he's 218 pounds. He's a junior, and he's 21. Going to be about 22 when the season starts. So, bottom line, first round, Howell has his areas for growth, but his sheer physical tools are undeniable. He has more to offer than what was showcased in the Tar Heels offense. So the Tar Heels offense is a very RPO, fly ball type of scheme. Other than that, there's really not much to it. A lot of RPOs, like I just said, a lot of play action. Not really him stepping back, dropping back, really reading a coverage. And this last offseason, or this last season, when he didn't have most of his weapons, he had Diami Brown, he had Michael Carter, Javonte Williams, he had all these weapons, and they left the NFL, and Sam Howell proved that he was able to make do with what he had, even though a lot of his weapons left. He also showed that that he's an effective runner, but I don't think he's an athlete that some may think, because I don't think he's going to be that. I do not think he's going to be able to run like that in the NFL, as many quarterbacks can't. So, he kind of had to run a little more as well, just for how it was. And then you go to some of the stats. Overall grade, 91 for 2021. Pretty damn good grade. About the same as 2020. Pretty good grade in 2019 in his freshman year. Played 12 games, 21, 20. Played 13 and 19. Completion, pretty good stuff. Completion percentage, 61.5. Not bad. Yards, decent. Touchdown to interception ratio, decent. Passing rating is very good. Yards per attempt, 8.7. Okay. So his passing grade, 81.1. Intermediate, 93.5. Deep grade, 87. No pressure, 90. So he's very good when he's under pressure. Very good. But it makes it easier when you have that one read offense. When you have that RPO, you just drop back and make two, one quick read, one quick look at the defense. Then the pressure game, grade he from PFF's grading, he struggled under pressure. And he does struggle under pressure because he's not the greatest of processors. He's not. He struggles to go through his progressions. That's something he has to work on. Trends, this is just a chart that you can look through if you like to on your own. Not going to go through it here. But now we look at the analysts on Sam Howell. So where he wins, from his arm to his mentality, Howell is a downfield passer. He's one of the most prolific we've seen in PFF college era, 2014 to present. He'll have to go to an offense that's willing to attack downfield regularly. Colts like to attack downfield, and earlier when I mentioned the pressure, it's not going to be a crazy issue because the Colts offensive line is decent, but they're also not the best pass blockers. They're really not. Amazing run blockers, not the best pass blockers, so that's something to watch out for. But Frank Reich can implement a ton of RPOs that he's used to, and then slowly add things into the offense, and that could really make a difference. Or even if he's sitting behind Matt Ryan, learn from Matt Ryan. Very good quarterback to learn from. And then you go to what's his role? Downfield passer, as we just talked about. There's no page of the playbook is off limits with Howell. He has an arm for any passing concept. He can throw anywhere. He can run. He's as we're saying, he's a project in ways. He could still start early on. So he's considered one of the more NFL-ready, pro-ready quarterbacks in this draft. Him and Kenny Pickett are the top 2 pro-ready, they're saying. So interesting there. And yeah, he does need to work on progressions. As you've seen here, I already read it a little bit, and I actually did watch quite a bit of tape on him. Not this past season, but the one before. I watched the whole season. I've seen times where he struggled to make, some decisions, where he struggled to go through his progression. Sometimes he stares his guy down, but that's going to happen with younger quarterbacks. So he's not that kind of, and as I was saying earlier, he's not the kind of guy that's going to be able to scramble at that high of a level at the next level. He's not the kind of athlete. He has to be more patient and quicker through progressions from clean pockets. So he has to get better under pressure, has to get better with progressions, and he has to learn to be more patient. Those things are very hard to teach a quarterback. All 3 of those things. There are things that you could teach your quarterback, but there are some things that are just kind of instincts that you can't really change too much about. If a quarterback has a way, if he has a way how he's going to play in his head, it's going to be very difficult to change that because he's been doing it for quite a long time. How long have they been playing football before the NFL, right? So some pros from PFF, arm talent for days. As we talked about, his arm talent is elite. He could throw anywhere. He could get the ball anywhere he needed to be. So he's light on his feet. I noticed that too when I was watching some film. Very good with his feet. Very good with his feet. Very good at dropbacks. Very good with footwork. Thick build, shrugs off defenders with relative ease, with 65 broken tackles in 21. That is an absurd amount of broken tackles for a quarterback. But in the NFL, the guys are a lot bigger, a lot stronger. You're gonna struggle to break that many tackles. You're gonna struggle to stay healthy, and you're gonna struggle to be 100%. NFL players aren't gonna let you break that many tackles. It's just how it works. Sorry. Cons: 1 and run. As we were talking about, struggles to go through his progressions. In the RPO system, if the 1 read isn't there, struggles to make the progressions, and he goes and tries to run. So sometimes he does leave open wide receivers. Sometimes he doesn't scan the whole field, which comes back to the progressions. And as we've said a lot, offense was almost all RPOs and go balls, leading the nation in both. So definitely had some help there. Definitely don't have to make as many reads. Offense isn't as complicated. So, and we saw Mitchell Trubisky come out and be a slow processor, just struggled. And some of the things are similar with Sam Howell, but not all of them. Not all of them. So you look at some of the position traits. You have arm strength, 9 out of 10, damn good. Accuracy, damn good. Pocket presence, yeah. Well, his mobility, damn good. His decision making is definitely questionable. I would lower that decision making a little bit. So that's Sam Howell. How would you guys feel about Sam Howell? Would you guys like drafting him at 42? Would you like to wait next year, where the quarterback class is really good next year? The quarterback class is top notch, going to be very good. This class, not as great. I just think that a lot of the quarterbacks are ranked higher than they should be because there's really no top tier quarterback. So I don't know. I don't know if I take him at 42, honestly. We have Matt Ryan right now. I would take Bailey Zappi in a later round. Really big Bailey Zappi fan. I think he's going to be good if given the opportunity, hopefully. But we have to see, So Bailey Zappi, I hope he gets a shot. Then you have James Bradberry. So Colts have been in some speculation. James Bradberry has been in some speculation. Colts are looking for a corner. Giants are looking to trade their number one corner in James Bradberry. Last year, had a down year. And he has to be paid next year. So the Giants trying to get something out of him now. Smart. Makes sense. Get what they're trying to do. Because he's going to want 15, 16 million depending on how he's going to play. As you see here, his PFF grade isn't great. But he was okay last year. He wasn't that bad. So he's 6'1", 212. He was picked in the second round a few years ago in the 2016 draft. So James Bradberry is a kind of like a Chris Ballard kind of cornerback. He is a very, very good run defender. Very good in tackling and getting dirty. He's not scared of it. He's not scared at all to get in there and make a tackle on the running back. So Bradberry is a Ballard guy, but what would be the price? What would you have to give up for him? I believe it's a lot less than people might think. Some are going to say a second round. I say it's maybe a third or a fourth because not only are you taking a chance with them having that one really good year, other years were okay, but you also have to pay him next year. And if he has that standout year again, if he has a pretty damn good year, he's going to want some money. 15, 16 million a year. He's a damn good corner. One good. And there are times that he has struggled. So would you guys like to trade for James Bradberry? And as you see right now, James Bradberry was on a 3-year deal. 2020, 2021, 2022. Made a decent amount. But also, it was backloaded. And, look at that. He was already paid an average of like 15 million. So he's probably going to want 16, 15, 16, maybe north of 17, maybe north of 16. So going to have to pay him as well. So I see him going for a third or fourth. I think that would be a solid shot in the dark to take for Chris Ballard. Solid chance. Or do you go and sign a guy like Stephon Gilmore? Maybe Steven Nelson. Who would you guys take? Would you guys like to trade a third or fourth for James Bradberry? And then maybe, fourth because we did lose. Oh, no. We have stuff from the Carson Wentz trade still. But would you guys be down for James Bradberry? Would you rather him, Gilmore, or would you rather Steven Nelson? Or is there someone else out there that you like? Maybe in the draft, maybe in free agency that I didn't mention. You guys let me know. That's going to be it for this video. I hope you all have enjoyed this video. Really enjoyed making it. If you enjoy Colts content, NFL content, make sure to like, subscribe, put that post notification bell on so you don't miss any future videos. That's going to be it for today. Hope you all have a good one. This is a JDW Sports Talk Show. Signing off.